All right, guys. Well, good morning and Merry Christmas Eve. Today, the market is uh, open for half a day, as we all know by now. So the market will be open until about 1 o'clock p.m. Eastern. I fully expect us as a trading room will probably be done by 11 o'clock, 11:30. I don't see us trading past that. Um, it was a little difficult. Like Taj and I were just commenting right before I started the recording that there's not a lot of movers in pre-market, right? And that is fully to be expected because we're right into the holidays, right? Not a lot of analysts are coming out with new research notes, not a lot of activity happening. But we did do the research for you guys and we did find the biggest movers in pre-market. And I think Taj and I are going to be really in sync with those names. And I think we should just kick it off. So, Taj, why don't you kick it off maybe with some names that you're looking at?
Yeah, so one of the names that we were actually just talking about right before we went live, which you actually have a long position in, is XL.
Yes, sir.
I really like XL. IPO'd just a couple of days ago, had an insane day yesterday. I was looking into some news, and actually one of our favorite short seller callers actually came out and said this is a stock to buy, recommended that it was a buy. And if a short seller says that, that's pretty strong.
Yeah.
And, just goes to show kind of the power that, famous short seller can have. The stock went up 86% yesterday. And so far during the pre-market, it looks like it wants to continue that momentum.
Yep.
So we're going to trade it. We're definitely going to trade it, especially considering the lack of volatility that is kind of expected today. You really want to find those names where you can find some clear opportunities, and I think XL is going to be right at the top of that list.
Yep.
So I'm gonna hold off on it for the first few minutes. I want to see if maybe we can consolidate or get a move up and just wait for the proper entry. I think your entry during pre-market was the right entry, but for options contracts, you do have to wait until the market opens in order to establish a position. So the good news is there are options contracts available for this, which is actually surprising. Usually options contracts aren't available until the following week after an IPO. But hey, we're going to be trading it with some contracts. So I'm excited for that. The next name we'll be keeping an eye on is BABA. So China has been coming through with some restrictions on trying to limit the pretty much expansion that the companies have and any anti-monopoly activity that may be going on with Alibaba. And as you can see, this stock has just taken a beating during the pre-market hours. It closed yesterday at 256. Actually, on the daily, it formed almost like a triple bottom. So it was looking great for long. And that just got completely ruined today with the news that came out. So Baba closed at 256. It's now at 228. So nearly a $30 gap down. Now the good news is it's coming into a nice gap window with a range of about 225 up to 232. So expect that to be some support area potentially. However, it is still looking very weak during the pre-market. It's right near its low of days. So for the pre-market data, so if BABA breaks the low of day, honestly, I might play it for a quick short. Those stops right here around, let's say 231.5, and just see if momentum can continue. Now, if we get a bottoming tail bar and this thing rallies back up to 231, then we could possibly even look for some longs for a relief bounce. Short sellers take profits, and maybe even some new people looking to get long the stock. So I'll be keeping an eye on that. Another name I'll be watching is a name we traded yesterday, Fubo. So Fubo would really just be something where I'm looking for maybe some continuation to the downside today. It's still fairly weak for the pre-market. It's kind of all over the place, hasn't been heavily traded. But one thing I do like about Fubo, as far as having a short selling bias, is that look at the sell-off that it had yesterday. You had 1, 2, 3, 4 attempts of Fubo breaking out above that 57.50, 57.70 range, and it could not do that all day. And actually, if you include the pre-market data, it's actually 6 attempts. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then you finally have the sell-off right before the market closed. So I'll be looking to see if it can break below that low day yesterday, 52.50, and look for a quick short. If it's able to recover, I'll wait a little bit and kind of identify opportunities there. But I really just want to see initially if it can break that level, and then secondly, if there's still heavy volume being traded on the stock, considering today is Christmas Eve. So that's also another name.
Yep.
The last name I'll be watching is FCEL. So FCEL was another name that we traded yesterday. Made very quick profits on it. And for FCEL, I want to see if it can just continue the momentum from yesterday. So FCEL had a solid close yesterday. Closed around 1342. The high day was 1391. As we all know, the low was 975. Was 1143. So we closed right near the high day. And so far during pre-market, it looks good. It's actually rallying above pre-market highs today, or right now on this 5-minute candle. So if we're able to get back up there, test that 1390 level, I see some resistance here around 1364. Maybe if we can get an early pre-market bull flag, or if we get a big blowout of the gates, we can look to play FCL long and put stops right at the low of day.
There it goes.
And there it is right there. It's trying to break out again. So 1364 is going to be the next resistance. Not a strong resistance, almost a bit of a soft resistance. The strong resistance is going to be at that 1391 level, right at that. I believe that's all-time highs.
Yes.
On FCEL. So hey, we know that sector is strong, the energy sector along with the EV sector. So let's find where those momentum plays are at. So those are pretty much going to be the big names that I'm trading today. I'm going to keep my list fairly small. I don't want to drift my attention in too many different places. So I recommend everyone do that as well. Just pick a few names today, focus in on that, look for those opportunities, and don't go where there's no real volatility, no real price action going on, because today is a day where you can easily get chopped up, playing breakouts, playing breakdowns, and they end up failing, right? That happened a few times yesterday. So we want to make sure that we're in and out of positions very quickly today. Look at FCEL. Wow. Ripping now, right? 20 cents now away from that 1391 level. So hopefully it doesn't do what was the stock we were just looking at? XL?
Yeah.
Hopefully it doesn't look what XL's doing. Alex, I know you're up about $1 on that play now, but
yeah, I actually just took my profit right now on XL.
Yeah, excellent trade, man. So we were waiting for XL during the pre-market data. We were hoping that we would get some consolidation right here, right before it broke out at 34.61. It broke out. Alex traded it, picked up some shares during pre-market, and look at it go. Went up $1 from that point. So this goes to show. I mean, XL, look at the volume coming in, 500,000 shares on the prior candlestick. I would say my big two, or big three actually, XL, BABA, and then FCEL. And then my B list is going to be composed of Fubo. I'm also going to watch BLNK as well. BLNK looks like it has some solid strength today. We had a big pop from that 43.5 level, which was near yesterday's low.
Look at it go.
Yeah, and now it looks like it wants to possibly even test yesterday's highs around 47. So BLNK will be on my B list, along with just the overall market, the S&P. Maybe if we have some news come out around I know there's some issues going on with the defense bill, things of that nature, possibly even the stimulus bill. So if there's news that comes out about that, maybe that can light a fire over the market. So that's pretty much going to be my list. What do you got for us, Alex?
Yeah, man. Very similar to you. So Baba is going to be probably my number one stock to watch today. I did take a start. I did take a small position in pre-market. It did trade lower, so I did take the loss. I did sell it. I took a small loss on Baba, and mind you, very small position. So at the end of the day, I do think Baba is going to turn back around and push a little higher because it is getting into oversold conditions. I think there will be some short covering, maybe some new buyers coming in, buying up the stock at this cheap price. And honestly, if it breaks above 231, go long. Put your stops at 229, 228, 80. That's what I'm seeing. If it does break that and we see continuation to the downside, we could short it. But my fear of shorting Baba already, being down almost 30 points is more down. You're asking for a lot more, right? When it has already done so much in pre-market. So let's just wait for the setup on Baba. FCEL definitely going to be on my number one or A list. XL is definitely going to be on my A list. And the other Chinese names are taking a hit. So JD, we should keep an eye on that one. It was getting sold off along with the Baba sympathy, but remember the news is focused on Baba, right? So I do think that potentially JD and Baidu can get bought back up slowly, maybe have a slow grind back up, right? So those two names are going to be on my B list, but they are trading down in sympathy with Baba. Another name that I want to watch is Moderna. Kind of a B-list type of stock for me today. It did move a lot yesterday. As you can see, yesterday it hit 115 and then rallied back up to 130. So I just want to keep an eye on it to see if there is any continuation or just any more volatility that it can provide to us today. It's gapping down 3 points. So let's see if it sells off a little bit more or maybe rallies back up, right? Two other names I want to bring up is Ride, RIDE. Ride, it's just continued momentum. I mean, pull up the last couple of days. I mean, this stock has been on a nice rally. And so right now it's gapping up. It hit a high yesterday of 24.17. So for me, if this stock can push past 23.85, it'll most likely test yesterday's highs and rip to the upside. So I want to keep an eye on this one. And another one is QS. QS has just been on a tear, and I like this stock because it provides a lot of range. Yesterday it hit a high of 138, traded down to 104, right? That's a lot of range that you can capture on that stock. And remember, the stocks that can give us the bigger paychecks are the ones that can give us the most range. So QS is already gapping up 5 points in pre-market. There's no news behind it. A lot of this is just continued momentum on these stocks. So the only one that has really significant news is Baba. Everything else is just kind of trading based on pre-market action and continued momentum from prior days. So today's one of those days, guys, where if yesterday you thought it was slow, today is definitely going to be another slow day, right? But let's make those quick hits. Let's get the hell out of here. Enjoy our families. Enjoy the holidays. And just make it a stress-free type of day, right? So with that being said, I don't know, Taj, do you have any other stocks to bring up, or did you cover all of the ones that you liked?
Yeah, that was pretty much everything that I wanted to cover. I think today we should keep our list very short.
Yeah.
Look for those, pre-market movers. If there are big moves happening, during the market, whether some news comes out or some tweet, then then we can go ahead and direct our attention elsewhere. But I think like you said, today is going to be we expect to be much slower today
For sure.
than it was yesterday. So let's trade light, hit our little base hits, and not over trade. Let's keep it simple, get in, get out, and enjoy the holidays, guys.
Exactly. So for all my YouTube viewers, feel free to join our community. We have an open community that you can join for free. The link is provided on our YouTube channel. And follow us on Instagram and Twitter. We're constantly providing new content, new events, and we've got a lot coming up for 2021, and we would love to have you to be a part of it. So thanks for tuning in, and stay safe. Happy holidays, and we'll see you guys on Monday. So we've got a couple days off. Bye.